I watched 400 movies and series in 2023. These are by far my top 10. Although I can only account for around 360 or 370 of those, here's why you should watch them as well. This was a fantastical love story that transcended time. It has notes of biblical and religious references in the most interesting way that just makes sense. This one kind of felt like a cross between an audible book and a stage play. If you normally imagine things, this feels exactly like that. It starts off slow, but once you connect the dots, trust me, it is a great watch right till the end. I think you just need to trust me on this and say this. It is quite a psychological viewing. You'll want to pause this many times to scream. Definitely recommend watching this with a friend or having somebody you can chat with after you've watched this. This one started off as another black movie, but slowly revealed why it was not. If you are into conspiracies and you also love Jimmy Fox and John Boyega, grab your snacks because you want to watch this to the very last scene. This one made me cry, I will not lie. You see addiction and how it affects all the parties involved. Unlike everything now, there's no humor or coming of age. It's just real life depicted and shows how boundaries must be kept and how messy recovery can be. I loved this film until I didn't, then I loved it again. It's very true to life of the pharmaceutical industry and once again shows how big pharma cashes out from everyone. Humans are very unethical by nature, and as long as it doesn't come into their household, they'll turn a blind eye. Where do I start with this? All is fair in love and war until it is not. This is pretty much a story that one too many young couples have experienced, especially those who are career oriented. Gender, ego, abuse, and eventually sexual violence came to take roots in disengaged couples' day-to-day life. I'm a sucker for good K-drama, but this was not like Boksun because I remember seeing the poster and thinking it was something similar. Don't expect that. It is pretty much a story of friendship and how deep those ties run. During this film, I thought I was high at many points because it felt like I was on a trip. It touches spiritual awakening, drug addiction, and alcoholism, all through forgiveness and redemption. You do not realize it is an actual Christian film until you're neck deep and can't stop watching. I remember watching this and thinking no one is beyond saving. It was a tearjerker, I cried, and I thought the casting was brilliant. The icing of the year by far was definitely this movie. It was interesting how the crew and cast showed how shame and disgust could coexist with love, longing, and fear. The scenes felt so heavy and lifelike, and it felt as though you were right there in the dining room with Charlie and could smell the lack of ventilation in his flat. Share in the comment section the films that you watched last year and let's chat.